Being a train driver varied significantly from being a bus or car driver. Marcus wasn't required to navigate or be vigilant about other trains that could obstruct his path. Nevertheless, he needed to maintain his concentration. On that specific day, the conductor was appreciative of his meticulous attentiveness. From a distance, he spotted a small figure on the train tracks. At first, it looked like a dog, but then he realized it was a child. Grabbing a pair of binoculars kept always in the cabin, he looked through them. In horror, Marcus realized a boy was lying on the tracks as his foot was stuck. His instincts kicked in, and he slammed the brakes, despairing at not doing it earlier. Despite what most believe, trains drive fast, and stopping at a moment's chance is impossible. However, Marcus was lucky. If his attention had strayed for 1 second, or he hadn't acted so quickly, the cowcatcher would have done its job. Instead, the train stopped just a few inches from the boy. When Marcus exited his cabin, he saw the crying child covering his eyes in pure fear. "Boy, what the hell happened? Were you playing on the tracks?" The train driver scolded gently, still horrified. The kid only shook his head, still wailing. Marcus knelt and saw how stuck his foot was to the tracks, but he positioned things better, and after a few pulls, the boy's foot came out. The child jumped to one side, wrapping his arms around his legs, and kept crying as he rocked back and forth. "Hey, I'm sorry," I yelled. "I was just so scared for you." The train driver went to the kid, patting his back. "How about we call your parents? Everything is going to be fine. I'll help you explain." The child looked up. His wet face and red-rimmed eyes broke Marcus's heart for many reasons, but he paid attention as the boy whispered, "They took Sam." It was all he said. He wouldn't tell Marcus anything else, and the other train employees finally came down to wonder what had happened. They couldn't leave the boy alone in the middle of nowhere, so Marcus took him aboard and continued the rest of his working day. Amelia, I'm home, and there's someone with us, Marcus said as he escorted the boy to his home. The smell of his wife's delicious cooking hit their nose, and he smiled at the kid. "You're going to love the food she makes." The boy had stopped crying but was still scared, hugging his body as if it would fall apart otherwise. "Who?" Amelia finally stepped out of the kitchen, and her eyes flared at the child. But she composed herself quickly and smiled. "Hello there, Amelia, this is..." Marcus trailed off, looking at the kid meaningfully. "Leo," the boy said quietly, lifting his head. "Oh my, I know him," Amelia said, recognizing him now that his head was lifted. "He was there 2 days ago." Amelia had just walked out of the grocery store with some snacks and the fixings for dinner when a group of young men blocked her way. "Excuse me, please," she said, trying to go around them. "Where are you going?" one asked, leering at her. "That's none of your business," she answered, tightly grabbing her purse and bags. "What do you have there?" another continued, caging her. Slowly, they cornered Amelia further into an alley. She turned her head, wondering if she could run to the other side. It was dark despite being broad daylight, so she wasn't so sure, and 2 smaller figures watched them near the trash bins of the market. "Lady, enough. Give me your purse," the third young man stated. "No," Amelia said, her temper flaring. The men adopted a more menacing pose, intimidating her. But she hated the idea of being harassed out of her possessions by these bullies who looked like gang members. Suddenly, the figures she had seen deeper in the alley started running towards them, waving their hands and screaming for help. Amelia realized they were little boys, and the anger in the gang members' faces told her they were not with them. The small kids ran past them, and one of the bullies yelled an expletive. With relief, Amelia saw that the boys had attracted the attention of a cop car passing through. The men ran off, and the police chased them through the alley. She sighed and got close to the kids, noting their dirty clothes and understanding what they had been doing near the trash bins. "Thank you so much. That was really brave," she told them, smiling widely. "I don't have much to give you, but here, you can have this food." "Thank you, miss," the bigger boy said, smiling at his brother, taking the food. They ran off too, and Amelia touched her heart, shaking her head that those kids weren't cared for. If they were hers, they would never starve again. "Do you remember me? You saved me," Amelia told the kid, leaning to see his eyes. "Yes," the boy nodded quickly. "That's why they took Sam. They were angry with us. The kid explained how they were chased far out of the city and they tried to run through the tracks to lose the gang, but Leo's foot got stuck. They both tried hard to dislodge it, but the men caught up with them and laughed as they took Sam away, leaving Leo to die. No, Amelia breathed, touching her heart. She looked at her husband meaningfully. On it, Marcus nodded and called the cops immediately. The police were initially powerless against the men a couple of days prior, as no possessions were taken from Amelia. However, once they abducted a child, the authorities could take action. After a short span, Sam's whereabouts were determined, leading to the apprehension of the gang members. CPS also became involved, considering the children were orphaned and had fended for themselves on the streets for years. While they were placed within the system, Amelia and Marcus couldn't disregard them. Consequently, several months down the line, Sam and Leo found a home with them. Each night, they indulged in delightful meals.